Diamond lobbies are a massive step up from platinum rank lobbies, but here's how you're going to escape it. First of all, you need to understand how the rank system works. When you was in gold and plat, you played against gold and plat players, and this meant you will never mix with those diamond rank players unless you're on servers that are just completely dead. The reason why there's such a big step up in diamond is because diamond players are also mixed with elite rank players. Epic Games added a new thing in rank, which you'll find in a lot of other games that have a successful ranked system, and this is a consistency bonus. This was added to stop bots and make it easier for better players to get the rank they deserve. This means the more consistent you are off spawn and the better you place, the more points you're going to gain in your next games. For example, if I just win a game with 20 kills and then place 5th in my next game, I might go up 35% because my recent placements have been good, meaning Epic Games thinks I'm a better player. But if after that game, for example, I dive spawn, I might lose 5% because I have a really high MMR at the moment. So when I dive spawn, they're going, okay, he's just had one off spawn death, but we predict his skill level to be much higher than we already see it as. But if I die again, my MMR is just lowered. They're going, right, this time, rather than losing 5%, you're going to lose 10%. Then if I die again, I'll start to lose 20%. Before this, Epic Games punished people too hard for dying off spawn, and every single game, without fail, you'll lose like 20% for dying. But instead, with this new MMR, you have to die a few times if they deem you as a better player in your rank, before you start losing 20%. So this is why, once we hit diamond rank and above, we need to start being consistent in our games. But I'll give you some great tips along the way so we can try and be a bit more consistent in them games. Now moving on to the in-game stuff in terms of drop spots. A couple of seasons ago, I would have recommended you to land on those outskirts, somewhere a little bit quiet, just get some loot, just make sure you're not losing that 20% for dying off spawn. But because of this consistency thing now, we no longer need to worry. If you actually want to gain points, you need to get that consistency bonus, so I recommend you still land a POI, but make sure if you are landing a POI, you land somewhere a little bit like a mega city, where the players are a little more spread out, no one really lands together at one building, so all the loot is spread out. And the other thing I recommend you do is never drop off the first drop on the bus. Most players are very lazy when it comes to ranked, so don't be that guy if you want points. I recommend you pick one spot and only land there unless the bus goes straight over your drop spot, in which case I recommend you have a secondary spot to go to. When making it into diamond rank, I recommend you primarily focus on trying to play duos or squads. This is going to be the easiest game mode to do it in. But if you are going to play duos or squads, make sure you're only playing with players who are either the same rank as you or better. The problem when running duos with a player who's a low skill level than you is the fact that you will be the guy who is left to carry. Because most gold rank players are going to struggle against diamond elite level players, it's all relying on you to try and eliminate those diamond and elite level players. So if you genuinely want to get points and you genuinely care about your rank and trying to improve your rank, don't play with low rank players. Instead, worst comes worst, just run up the solos. In fact, that's actually what I did for this video and how I was able to escape diamond. So I'm going to teach you exactly how to play diamond rank by hopping in games, but before I hop in, I'm going to VOD review a few diamond fights and teach you all the mistakes that the average diamond player is making and how to counter these mistakes. The first fight I want to show you is an off-spawn fight I had at Mega City, and I just want to show you the importance of sneaking around and getting that first bit of damage onto your opponent. Now what you're going to see in this fight here is I actually sneak round, see this guy walking and get that first damage, that 90 damage shot, and near enough every time you get a big damage shot off spawn, you're near enough going to win the fight every time, even if the player is just so much better, because for a couple reasons really. One, most people tend to go into panic mode, and two, because it's just so much harder for them to come back when you've got such a big health advantage on them. So this guy here, he decides to run away. Now if someone starts running away from you in the fight, psychologically speaking, you already have the biggest advantage. This guy doesn't want to fight you. You need to see it from his perspective of, look, I just need to get away. I don't want to fight this guy. I want to escape. I want to run away. So you just need to chase and chase and chase and start applying pressure, because I promise you they're going to make so many mistakes in this situation here. So here I'm just looking to get really aggressive on the guy. I'm hoping he's going to edit. Obviously didn't. And then I see him editing out to the left. So I quickly edit this, put a cone there, and then just finish him off like so. The second clip I want to show you is why you really need to be using and abusing those sticky grenade launchers. As you can see here, I've got 2 in my inventory. I'm just going to show you how broken this combo is, because you can just instantly shoot them. So I hit this guy 37, and look here, I'm just going to spam the double sticky grenade launcher, and boom, it is so broken. One of them's going to break the walls, the other's going to hit him, and obviously he wasn't the greatest player, but even still, it shows how broken that combo really is. Stop the video right there. I was looking at the back end of the YouTube channel, and 96.7% of people who watch my videos frequently are not subscribed. So I have a small favour to ask you. If you've ever enjoyed or found any of my tips helpful, or ever watched my videos, enjoyed the content, please can you hit that subscribe button and support me as a creator. It helps the channel more than I can explain, and I'll make you a promise in return. I promise I'll make my tips and videos better and better and better each video, and that's a promise I'm willing to make you. Anyways, thank you for supporting the channel. Enjoy the rest of the video. So I've just made it into a Diamond 3 ranked game now, as you can see, and first of all, right off the bat, you're going to see I didn't jump off those first spots on the bus. This is what I'm telling you guys, you need to avoid them first spots, especially because the points you lose is based on the place you place, like the position you place. So for example, if you die at 95th spot, you're going to lose a lot of MMR compared to if you die at 70th or 60th spot. But I'll go into more detail on that in a second. But when it comes to landing, you want to try and land at the back somewhere of your drop spot. As you can see, Slappy, the bus was coming over this way, so most people are going to have a low drop and land over at these sides. So if you can land at the back, you're going to be able to loot up nice and easily, and you're not going to be hassled while you're looting. You can just go through, loot your building, get yourself weapons. As I was just saying before, if you die right off the bat, you lose a lot of points, and if you get a kill right off the bat as well, you actually don't even gain that many points back. In gold rank, I think you actually get your bus fare back, and you might get your bus fare back in plat as well. But as soon as you're getting up to diamond and above, don't be trying to get those kills right off the bat. Just focus on getting yourself good loot, good shield, and then going into the fights. So I see a player here, and when you see someone, just play really slow. He's going to obviously edit out. 57, get in his face, and pick up that elim. Nice and easy like so. So there's someone actually coming up. Now, high ground is super important for winning off-spawn fights. There's nothing more important in an off-spawn fight than having the high ground. So just make sure in every scenario possible you have high ground, because yourself in the best position to try and win the fight. As you can see there. Hit him with a little 50. And finish him up nice and easy like that. Use the rocket. Don't be afraid to get into people's boxes. I think that's probably my biggest tip, especially if you get someone low on HP. Don't be afraid to get in their face like I'm doing here. This is what separates someone who picks up like 3 or 4 kills to someone who goes ahead and picks up 7 or 8 kills. So as soon as these towers become available, I recommend you get yourself over there as quick as you can. If not, preferably already be waiting for them to come out if you know one's near your drop spot, because if you take out the boss, he actually gives you slurp juice. Now, slurp juices in ranked are literally the most broken thing in the world. So we're going to start this on high ground. The mistake a lot of people make in this situation is getting too aggressive. Without getting any damage on a player, don't just hop in. You need to get some damage at least before you just get straight in his face and finish him off like I did there. But a mistake I used to make a lot was if someone boxed up, I would literally just hop on them straight away. If someone's boxed up in a fight, even if I've done no damage to them, I will just hop in their box. Because I know that it's good, obviously, to hop in boxes when you get someone low. But it's just about being a little bit smart, getting a little bit damage beforehand, and then hopping into the box after that. There is a few players over here, and when it comes to third-partying situations, you kind of want to let them get into a big fight before you're hopping into the fight. So you preferably want both sides of the party to be hit fairly big. There you go, that's his big hit. Finish that kill off, and now it's our time to come into this fight right here. I've hit him a nice little 88. Now, it looks like I'm being teamed on here. Just be a little bit careful. Right, and there's quite a few teams in this fight now, so this is about being smart. If you know you're kind of in a bit of an uncomfortable situation where there's lots of teams, maybe you don't have the best meds, sometimes it is just worth escaping. Don't be afraid to dip out of a fight if you have to. As you can see here, there's just 14 players left, and at this point there's a massive jump in terms of placement when we're going from top 15 all the way up to those top 5, top 3 and all that stuff. So around this area here, a lot of people are going to start to die off quite quick from top 15 to top 5. So, oh, this kid's hiding the bush. Be careful of bushes, that's one of them. There we go. Pick up that kill. But from here, you just kind of want to be a little low-key is what I was going to say. Yeah, but from here, you don't want to get into too many fights. Just be a little more careful. So we're going to give this guy high ground. He's quite an aggressive player. So we just need to be a little careful. I'm going to do. Have a right hand peek. Hit 100. Little 50 damage shot. Oh my days, and I've died. That's not great. Okay, GG's. Let's see how many points we have gone up from that. We should have gone up a fair few points. We picked up 7 elims. Just like that, we've gone up from 20 to 46%, a decent amount, and we didn't really have to do too much. I think I might have died or spawned in my last game as well, and I don't think those points registered, so it might have been a little bit more as well. So just remember, when it comes to off spawn, making sure you're not dropping off that first part of the bus. Landing towards those back buildings, always going for high ground in those fights, especially off spawn. And then once it gets from top 15 to top 5, try and play a little more low-key. I probably would have went up to about 66% or something if I got that to top 5. But even still, it was still a decent result. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. If you did enjoy, please smash the like button. It helps the channel out so much. And hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you like this video, you may also like this video on screen now.